What's up, good people? It's your boy Larry Jones in the car again. I just want to talk about a few things concerning the stock market. Then I want to vent a little bit at the end, all right? So I'm just give you the stock market update right now first. All right, so I have about 22 to 25 positions. And for the first day in a long time, every single one are green. And I pray to God that you guys are having the same type of day that I'm having. The value stocks are starting to show some green. All right. I've been running, so I'm literally running back to the house. Generally, I'm in front of the stock market all day, watching CNBC, Fox Business. And I just keep it on a loop and try to keep you guys informed, right, of what's going on. But I just got the stitches taken out of my mouth and all of that crap. So I've just been running all day, right? But I want to talk to you about something at the end of this, and it's about, classism. That's my rant going to be today. For those of you that know me, you know I'm a positive person, right? I try to keep it positive, try to promote others. I'm trying to leave a legacy. I'm trying to help some of you guys pay your mortgages off, retire with more than $1 million in your portfolios, and we're going to make that happen. I'm not giving up. I'm never getting discouraged off from that. I'm never going away from that. First of all, for those of you that are new, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. And for those of you that's been rolling with me, hey, go ahead and hit that like button and leave me a comment. It helps me to stay alive, right? So I made a post yesterday talking about market manipulation, right? And there is some market manipulation. And I got some comments, and I never really just let one comment kind of take me off. But I did get a comment, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But they were like, hey, whoever, this person made this comment, and I don't believe they mean it in a negative way. It's just that when you've been in the markets for a long time, you think everybody are to the point where you are. And that's not true. Most of the people that are following us YouTubers, a lot of them have been in the market less than a year. A lot of you guys have been in the market less than a year. And so a lot of the guys has been in there. I started to say brainiacs. They talk at a level like this, right? And so when you talk at a level like this, it's like when you go to a doctor's office and he's giving you all of these big names and numbers. You don't know what the heck he's talking about, right? And so I try to break it down. I know that there's a lot of advanced investors that watch me, but there's also a lot of new investors that watch. And I want to bring everybody along because it's enough food for all of us to eat. It's not a fish tank. It's an ocean. And so what have we learned from this market? Number one, not just to be in high growth stock, not just to be involved in EVs and SPACs, the sexy companies, but we also have to look at what's called, quote unquote, valued stock. All right. And value stock is kind of been skewed a little bit on what are our true value stock right now, because the market is changing. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to talk real quick because I want to hit you with a lot of information. The world will change more in the next 5 years, starting last year, than it has in the last 50 years. And it's going to change more in the next 10 years than it has in the last 100 years. Those are facts. It's already happening with new technology and everything. When you think about it, when you think about that gas engine car is over 100 years old, that in 12 years or whatever, you won't even be able to go buy a new one. That is life changing. Okay. And so what I want you guys to do is to go in and I want you to Google valued stock. And for, the gentleman that said, hey, you know what? We know that the market, has, suffered from manipulation and shorters. That's old news. We know that. Everybody doesn't know that. You're smart enough to know it, but everybody else don't know it. And one of the things that bothers me is when smart people talk over your head. It's just kind of classism. And I'm totally anti-classism. And I know this person wasn't trying to be classist but ignorance of you being classist does not remove the fact that you are classist. I'm trying to help everybody from Becky to Boniqua. It doesn't matter to me, from Sam to Tyrone. I'm trying to help the average American. I'm trying to help the person that grew up in the trailer park. I'm trying to help the person that grew up in the hood. Somebody made a comment the other day. He was from South Central LA, and this was the first time, that he was making honest money. That moved me. I grew up in a house I got it was 7 boys and 2 girls in a one house. In about 1,200 square foot house with 1 bathroom. Okay. People was asking about this car. Is it, are you in your Tesla? This is a Chrysler 300, 2014. I'm always going to stay humble. Yes, I'm going to get a Tesla. And yes, I can actually afford to go buy a Tesla, but I'm not just driving in a 2014 Chrysler to be humble, but I am being humble, but because after what happened to the market, I'm just going to wait. I'm living in the same house. Okay. And so I'm not trying to flex because I'm trying to be an example that we should not just consume. As a matter of fact, most of the stuff that we purchase, the stock, I want you guys to remember this. Most of the stuff that we purchase to buy the stock is cheaper than what the product is, right? I don't even know what the price of Nike stock is right now, but I guarantee you it's less than $300 to buy some Air Jordans. Look at it. Most of the things that we consume, the stock is cheaper. So for those of you, your mothers out there, you want to buy your kids some $300 Jordans, buy them a share of stock first and then buy another share. As a matter of fact, take the amount of money that the Air Jordans cost and invest it in the stock, and then the stock will pay for the shoes, and then you still have the stock, right? And so that leads me into another thing. Dividend stocks. Dividend. I want you to Google dividend stocks. That's stocks that pay you a dividend. They literally pay you juice money for investing in their companies. And for those of you that are over 30, you should look at doing it and putting it in a Roth IRA. So you're pre-tax. So when you go to pull that money out, you're not paying the capital gains tax. All right. I want us to do better. I want us to be smarter. Okay. So I want you to Google value stocks. Okay. Value stocks. And then I want you to Google what stocks pay you a dividend. And I want us to start building a financial structure that is better than what we've been doing. And I want us to not just be consumers, but owners of these companies. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. None of that matter. I'm for the people. And for some of you brainiacs out there, just because you got degrees and all of this, when you come on my page to make a comment, if you talk about a value stock, then post a value stock. Say, hey, look at this stock. Let's help the rest of the people, because you and I can talk on another level. All right. I know how to evaluate a company. I know how to read a chart. I know all of that. I made my first investment. Actually, I just remembered from last night because I couldn't sleep because kind of got under my skin a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But I made my first investment in 1992. Okay. And it went horrible. And I want to say this to encourage somebody. So that was the end of the stock stuff, right? I'm finna go. It's going to sound like a rant, but it's actually an encouragement. I want to tell you guys that just got into the market in the last, under 2 years, right? We just came off of a bull market in 2020. Now reality hit. But I will tell you that in 1992, I got it in investing and lost money. I thought it was the worst thing, but it was actually the best thing that ever happened to me, because now I understood that you can lose money, and I wasn't treating the stock market like it was a table in Vegas. Okay. I learned that, good people. So what I was saying to you guys, I was trying to keep you encouraged. If you're in high growth stock, look at what that stock is going to be worth down the road. And some of us got into these plays for short-term pops. But then when we got caught up in the correction, it became a high growth long-term stock, right? That's okay. It is better for you to be invested now in a long-term stock and to be read than for you to not have invested at all. Because investors do financially better than non-investors. Those are just the facts. And you are building generational wealth for you and your family. And I guarantee you that all of these YouTubers that are just talking and always hitting home runs out of the park, man has not been born a woman that gonna get them all right. You're gonna listen to me, and one day I'm gonna tell you about a stock, and it's not gonna be good. But if I give you 10 stock and 2 of them wind up being bad, and you diversify it really good, 2 out of 10, that's 80%. I'll take that all day long. 80% of my money, I'll take that all day long. And we have to understand that sometimes this is a game of patience. All right, good people, a game of patience. Now, here's what I want to end with, because I just don't want to ramble on. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to the carpenter. I want to talk to the hotel waitress. I want to talk to the person that cleans the hotel rooms, the musicians that's out of work, the independent contractor. Those of you that don't have a 401k, you can invest your way to being able to retire with a good amount of money in there. But you got to start doing something different. That's why I started this page. I started this journey only 7 or 8 months ago. Oh, this page used to be a music page. And I said, hey, you guys, you're out of work. I'm going to help show you how to invest. I've been investing over 25 years. Let me help you make money. And I switched my page over. I had 16,000 subscribers. And now I'm talking to over 300,000 of you guys. And collectively, we've made hundreds of millions of dollars. And we're going to continue to make money. But we got to change some of our habits. And we got to understand that this is a journey and you're on the right path. Let me encourage you. So let me encourage to all of those people that I just talked about that don't think you're smart enough. These people with all of these charts that just keep like, I'm this and you got to do this and you got to do this and you don't understand it. Let me tell you something. The language of the stock market was created to keep you and I out of the stock market. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter it's classism, good people, because it's like a doctor. They make these terms up. They made these terms up many years ago before any of us was born, before your grandparents were born. They made this terminology up. And then what happens is you go, wow, that sounds complicated. And they go, well, it is. If you pay me $100, I'll make the trade for you. And if you pay me another $100, I'll make the sale for you. And that's how the stock market actually was built. And it was built for an elite portion of people to control you and our money. And that's the truth about it. So I don't care about pulling the cover off of this whole deal. But what I will tell you is the stock market is for you. It is for you. It's for you, the hotel worker. It's for you, the bus boy. It's for you, the carpenter that don't have a 401k. It is for you and it is for me because it's going to create financial wealth. That's what the stock market is doing for me and is doing for you. And you will look back on this day and you will say, thank God I held out, because it is going to show you this fact. And I want you to write this down. If your money is not working for you, you will work for it for the rest of your life. Let me say that again. If your money is not working for you, you will work for your money for the rest of your life. So why not have money making money while you're at work, good people, and stay humble. I hate classism. I hate it. You don't need a college degree. That is a lie. You don't need to be the smartest person in the world. That is a lie. All you need to do is understand what's going on. And I'm trying to help those of you that have a hard time understanding. I'm trying to help you understand. So if any other YouTubers are listening to this, I dare you, I'll pin you to the top one at a time. You post what a valued stock is, and then you post what a good dividend stock. And for those of you that are YouTubers, I'm just putting it out there. And for those of you that are listening to me that don't have those type of stock, I want you to go and Google it, okay? You guys know I do the Weeble thing. Click the link below, get 2 free stock worth up to $1,850. And you also know that I will never ask you for your phone numbers and ask for a WhatsApp or talk to my broker. That's spam. But I had to vent because I hate classism, right? I'm going to end with this. I know I'm going on. Back in the day before I got married, I was with a young lady. Fine. She was fine. I took her out. For those that know Chicago, right off that Mag Mile, there's a McDonald's off on Chicago Avenue. I know a lot of you guys, if you know that one, chime in. And I took this young lady out just for lunch. You know, she worked downtown. And then what happened was there was a homeless guy. Now me, I cannot stand to see anybody hungry. I can't. I've been there. And so the homeless man, I says, hey, he said, hey, can I get something to eat? He didn't say, can I have some money? He says, I'm hungry. Can I get something to eat? I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, well, come on in. And she's looking at me. It's the first time I'm out with her. She's rolling her eyes at me. And I'm like, okay. And so, he eats, he scarfed his food down. Like he's choking his food down. And my heart broke. Like this guy is starving. Yeah, he had the mangy hair and all of that like homeless people do. And he didn't look like me. I don't care. Okay. And so I ain't getting emotionally thinking about it, but this classism just bothers me. He gets through eating and he says, thank you. And I said, hey, you want some coffee? It was a little cold. He was like, no, that's going to cost too much. Have some water. And I said, no, if you want some coffee, get some coffee. Then I put a few dollars in his pocket. And then he left and she looks at me like, you know, I'm not used to sitting with homeless people. And I'm like, I know. So I take her home and she calls me a week later. Oh, you haven't called me back. And I said, if a homeless person that is hungry bothers you, that you had to sit with him, then you're not worth my company. And I hung up the phone and I never spoke to her again. Classism is the next wave that's going to hit us, good people. I'm telling you, it's going to be rich and poor. If you don't believe it, 1% of Americans own over 50% of all the wealth. And so we have to help each other make money. Good people, it's an ocean and not a fish tank. And I want to help as many of you as I can make as much money as you can, because that's my legacy. Your grandchildren are my legacy. One day you're going to be saying, hey, I listened to this guy, and this guy, and it changed the trajectory of my financial future. And that's what I'm about, good people. So I'm going to keep it. So I wasn't throwing the hot stock at you guys for the last week because I thought it was a time to sit still. And there's other YouTubers that's telling you what's hot. But I literally, and it's impossible, but I don't want one person to lose any money. And I want you guys set up for success. We're going to have a great year, good people. I have never ran it before, but I hope this was encouragement that you have what it needs. You have what it takes to be successful in this game. You are brilliant. God made you brilliant. God made you uniquely you. And you may not think that you're smart enough, but I'm telling you, you are. Everything you need to be successful, God put it in you. I don't care if you didn't make it through high school. God put it in you. And you will do better than people with degrees. I'm telling you right now, you will do better with people with master's degrees because you are on the right track. You decided to do something about your finances, and watch what the universe, which God owns the universe, watch what comes back to you, good people. All right. I know y'all those of you that are new, you're not used to this, but this journey we on, it's going to be a good journey. All right. Love you guys. Live, love, laugh, and learn.